little more tricky.
I'm gonna kill you, son of a bitch! I'm gonna kill you! You gotta kill me because you're gonna die! God damn it, you pig! You whip me, Brett! You would not do it, thank God if you had one!
I think I had to shut my eyes on that last shot.
Why'd you shut your eyes?
I don't know, because you're looking at a guy in the face.
Yeah, yeah.
Modern training seems to be all about repetition and realism. Skinner and the military might not have known precisely why their methods worked, but now science can explain exactly what's going on in the brain.
There's a structure in the brain deep inside the temporal cortex called the amygdala, and it's essentially the threat detecting organ in the brain, and it receives direct sensory inputs. For example, if there's an explosion, that information, that sonic information, gets to the amygdala within about 12 milliseconds. And if this is something that the person is not expecting and is not accommodated to, that will result in a series of defense responses, stress responses. But extensive training under simulated battle conditions can, in a sense, teach the amygdala not to launch that cascade of responses. And so normal motor commands will not be interfered with by tremor and all sorts of other inappropriate responses.
For the last 50 years, the US and other Western militaries have taken Skinner's theory of operant conditioning and honed it to near perfection.
Battle training has become all about rehearsing the act of killing over and over again in ever more realistic scenarios. The biggest battle simulator in the world belongs to the US Marines. They said I could come and have a go. But first I'd need some training. I'd found a company that thought they could help. Their speciality is training soldiers to kill. So I decided to pay them a visit. I was on my way to find out how modern armies train to kill. And despite my previous gung-ho attitude, I wasn't looking forward to it in the slightest.
Normally, I'd be looking forward to meeting some Green Beret from Afghanistan. I'd be thinking, yeah, he's going to tell me some great stories. It's going to be fantastic. He's going to give me some training tips, how to kill someone with you know, one finger or a sharpened twig. But having been through what we've been through in the last couple of weeks, I'm actually dreading it. I'm just aware of a shift in my emotions. It's not a game, and you know, every time you fire a gun or train to fire a gun in combat, you're training to fuck up somebody's life. My name's Grub.
Richard Mason.
Richard, pleasure to meet you.
Welcome to Arkansas.
Run by Green Beret Richard Mason, the Direct Action Resource Centre offers courses for the military in just about every aspect of killing imaginable.
The key thing to remember is this is a mechanical device. This is no different than driving a car. It's just you're more used to driving a car than you are shooting an M4. You're going to dictate what we do and when we do it. So the faster you pick up on something, the faster we can move ahead. Shooting your weapon is a good thing, but shooting your weapon to destroy the enemy is better. When you shoot, you're shooting to use lethal force. You're shooting to kill somebody. All right, we don't use lethal force to wound. That's why it's lethal force. All right, that's a good shot.
Okay.
When's the last time you had a good fight?
20 years ago.
Okay, so if I was going to get into it, okay, see how you just got right there? you see the stance you just went into. That's your natural, you're getting into that stance from your boxing experience, rugby, and all those other things.
Right.
Okay, that's where you're shooting from.
Right.
Okay, remember, you're fighting for your life, okay? Get your shoulders forward a little bit more. Efficiency is what I'm looking for. The faster I can bring it up, index on the target that I'm trying to engage, the faster I can shoot.
Practice, practice, practice.
There's three types of individuals in combat. There's the guys that run to the fight, you've got spectators, and you've got those who run away from the fight. Now, all three of these will fire their weapons. The problem is, it doesn't make them killers. Threat! 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 It's alpha male is what you're looking for. And that alpha 1 male, okay, he is that 1% guy. That he is going to go out there, he's going to find the enemy, he's going to kill him. And it's just a natural occurrence to him. It's like eating, taking a nap, whatever. There's no real psychological repercussions for him. It's just something he has a real drive to go do it.
Jumping a bit.
You got promise here.
Oddly enough, a lot of this program has been about how if you think it's a real person, that's going to put you off. When you told me that was a real person, I could envisage it. Right, this guy's doing something wrong. Bang, 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 bang.
Okay, if you remember earlier, I told you every time you pull the trigger, that's what you're trying to do. You have to imagine you're shooting another human being.
Because it's impossible to get aggressive against a piece of paper. But if you envisage it as, you know, some guy who's just raped your sister or whatever, then bang, 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 bang. You don't want to stop. And it just focuses your mind a little, I think. Or certainly focuses your aim. So there you go. That may fly in the face of all the research we've done, but that's how it felt.
Right.
When I'm firing that gun, I'm not thinking logically. Otherwise, I would think, you know, this is horrible, shooting a gun. I'm perpetuating this terrible thing, which is going to end up with babies being shot and stuff like that, because that's what happens. But when you're just on a drill, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you want to do it well, and you want to perform, then you just get on with it, and you don't think about things.
But he's doing good. I mean, we're tracking now.
What's staggering and a little bit worrying is how quickly I've forgotten all the things I told myself. I'm never going to say that war is a good thing again after looking at that video when I had my eyes held open. But I've got to tell you, when I was firing the gun and thinking, right, that's a human being I'm firing at, and he's a bad person and he needs to be stopped, I was bloody enjoying it.
Come on, 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 come on. You got the rest of your life. Get up, start moving. Shoot, kill him. All right, go ahead and stop.
There's this expression, the Duke of Wellington. No man fears to do that which he knows he does well. And I guess if something is drilled into you, and obviously by now I know pretty well I can hit that target in the heart, you know, then you can just relax and enjoy the ride.
Threat.
Man, I saw the muzzle flash on that last one.
Yeah, baby. You're a regular Austin Powers with that M4.
I'm beginning to understand what it takes to train a soldier to kill. Realistic targets help them over their reluctance to shoot at a human being, and repetitive firing programs their minds and their bodies until pulling the trigger is second nature. But a paper target is very different from a real flesh and blood human being. And despite everything I'd seen and heard, I still wasn't really convinced that when it came to the crunch, the training would actually get soldiers, or me, to kill. But all that was about to change.
It's about 6 in the morning, and we're heading off to Camp Lejeune in North Carolina. This is where the US Marines practice MOOT, which is an acronym standing for Military Operations in Urban Terrain.
It's a deadly serious business, and this is a state-of-the-art $7 million facility where they're training soldiers for the war in Iraq.
And they use something called simunitions, which is the closest you can get to real ammo. And instead of being made of lead, it's like a thick plastic, and it does explode with yellow or pink paint. It's not paintball, though. This is not something that management consultants are going to do in Epping Forest on the weekend. This is something real soldiers train with, and apparently it puts the fear of God into them. It really can kill.
Now we're actually shooting real weapons at real human beings. And when it hits, it hurts.
If I were to shoot you at point-blank range, if I were to hold it against you and shoot, there's a good chance I could kill you with it. So it's not to be done lightly. There is a fear level here.